What's up, guys? Figured I'd make a video on kind of another why Join Symmetry video, but I'm going to give kind of a background story because I know a lot of friends in construction, automation, manufacturing, whatever. You, more of this will be you don't have to have any type of insurance background or sales experience to have a good income or just all in all be successful here at Symmetry. So I started pouring concrete really young as a kid. Did that every summer while I was in and out of school with my stepdad. He had his own business, so I got to go learn how to pour concrete and do driveways, all that stuff. Got to have a lot of fun with concrete poisoning and driving pretty big equipment around. So that was always pretty fun. But when I got, of course, you love working with your dad and stuff. You get older, you got to do things on your own. You wanted more benefits, whatever. Got a job like McDonald's for a day just because a department store I was wanting to work at had to have job experience. So went and worked at McDonald's for a day, and then went over to Kmart, then finally graduated high school, got into plastic extrusion, was running a twin screw extruder, making little like pellets that get melted and molded into all kinds of stuff for the automotive industry, like airbags, just whatever. Plastic makes all kinds of stuff. Got fired from there because I don't put up with people's stuff. If I see something wrong or I don't like something, I'm going to make it well known. I don't. Life is a very tricky thing. So I know when I was growing up, my dad always told me you got to learn from other people's mistakes because Mason, you can't make them all on your own. So that's going to apply to everyday life. If you see something you're unhappy with, why would you follow down the same road when you know the result? So I got fired from there after a year. Me and management didn't get along. Then I got a job building electric, or actually I had to take a under the table cash kind of job doing mold removal and like crawl space work. So that was a journey in itself. Can't really talk too much about that. Then I found a job with a big electric company who manufactured brand new electric motors and rebuilt old ones, like Westinghouse's, GE's, all kinds of stuff. So worked there for a couple of years. Got to do quite a bit of stuff. Got to travel. Got to live in Australia for quite a bit of time. That was phenomenal. Completely life changing. So I got to live over there, got to travel a lot, got to live in California for a little bit, whatever. Got to learn about vibration analysis. It's crazy how these things tie into everyday life with anything. But not to be a nerd and that stuff. Left that job. I was tired of working 80, 90 hours a week, always being gone. Just got my first house, so I wanted to actually live in it and not just throw money down the drain, and found a job being a machinist. So I learned how to do that. I got into CNC machining, manual machining, all kinds of stuff. I can run just about anything. I still got a toolbox full of stuff outside I need to get rid of just because I don't plan on cutting chips anymore. I love doing it. Got to like it. Did a lot of Form 1, like suppressor stuff. That was always cool. I've always been a big advocate of like guns. I think they're fun, like target shooting and live drills, whatever. Just come from a family of military background, so kind of born with it. Uh, but I got tired of that pretty quick too. A little over a year ago is when I was doing that. Realized I was making someone else rich. I was starting to get back into working 70-hour weeks and stuff, being gone. Couldn't ride my motorcycle as much as I wanted to. Just wanted to spend more time at home with friends and family. I just started seeing my current fiance. All in all, I just wanted more family time, but that was going to cut into a lot of my income. So I know that's a common theme when people join Symmetry, trading time for money or vice versa. Here you kind of get a little bit of both. But all in all, it's a pretty good background of what I've done. I've worked a lot of other just cash jobs, stuff like that. I did fencing for a little bit when I was in high school as a co-op job. But I've always been in construction or manufacturing, something like that. Always hands-on. You get really dirty. You travel a lot. You got to work hard. It's back-breaking stuff. You're lifting heavy stuff. A lot of complex things. And then one day I stumbled across a ZipRecruiter ad looking for a work-from-home job. And I did the normal thing, applied for 50 positions, and I had quite a few people from Symmetry actually reach out to me. Won't say any names for the first interview. Just pulled up in business suit, or not pulled up, but we got on the Zoom call, had business suits on. It was just really standoffish. Didn't really seem like he gave a crap about me. It was more, what do you have to offer me kind of conversation. I mean, that's cool. I understand it. People want to make their money, but I didn't like really the culture of that agency as I would come to know. I didn't realize there were multiple agencies. I thought they were all the same company or different. I don't know. But ended up getting an interview set up with David Hadley. And this dude was just goofing around, completely had me sold on the opportunity. He's got kids running around, climbing on him in the back. He just seems super happy, and that's always been, what's the word, contagious. So I was super happy. He got me my course and got me rolling on that. I actually, the day I was going to take my test, I just went in there and told a few people I was going to quit that day. So I got called into the office at my last job, not machining. I found a new job at another electric motor repair place. So I was doing that in field service work. Just a lot of traveling again. So I was pretty happy to get out of that. But as soon as they heard I was quitting, they gave me a huge raise. They tried giving me a huge raise and all that stuff just as soon as I came on because I'd already had years of experience doing that. So I could kind of just go do things by myself. They didn't have to worry about me too much. So I was making mid-20s an hour, good money, good benefits. I could do whatever I want, wrote my own paychecks there. And then I came here and really learned what buying your production meant or writing your own paychecks, in all honesty. When they found out I was coming to Symmetry, they fired me, just told me to get my stuff and go. So, well, got my license. I failed my test the first time because I thought I'd be cool and just go bullshit on my studying. That state test and not take that as a joke like I did. So I failed my first test. Decided I wasn't going to do that again. Went through restudied the whole thing. Passed both tests the second time. Kentucky's separate with life and health, so you got to take multiple tests for each field of insurance you get into, whatever you want to call them. You got like property, casualty, whatever, for people who don't know anything about insurance. We do life, accident, health, disability, stuff like that. A lot of retirement things. We don't do much of the property and casualty yet. A lot of things that come with that, though. Oh, man. I run a lot. I'm pretty tired this morning. So I passed my test, and from there, it was game on. Like, I had no money to my name. I actually went in debt to come here to get my license. All that stuff was like $400 because failing a test is not cheap. So I had to pay another like $100 to retake the first test. So I was already out money. Came here like $500 in my name. Now I got 100. So went and dipped into my credit card funds. Started buying leads and just sitting on all of David's stuff. And I took me a good week of just kind of watching him. And I was just like, you know, the best way to do this is probably just going to be sink or swim. So I just started calling my own leads, setting my appointments. David ran a few of them. Now one day I'm going to go into someone's house. So I actually ended up closing them. Long story short, they didn't care, but they just knew they could get their money back at the end and have some kind of like free coverage. So she thought it was cool with that. But I ended up just doing stuff on my own. I think getting out there and just making a mess and cleaning it up, like being forced to clean it up, by far the best way to learn here. I don't like being spoon fed. I've always been pretty independent, so it's the best way for me to learn. I'm not saying it's the best for everybody, but I just take great pride in doing things that other people don't want to do or aren't capable of doing or even trying. So I don't listen too much when people say stuff about me. You'll learn in this industry, the moment you become successful, you get a lot of animosity or jealousy, envy towards you. You just got to brush that off. Take great pride in doing things this is a true 1% industry. Stupidest thing you can do is quit. But when you kind of do things like I did and you just go out there and write a lot of business, don't really care. You'll get a lot of people who envy you or talk down on you. You just kind of got to ignore it. All in all, the culture here at Symmetry has been phenomenal. I've met some of the greatest and most compassionate people I've ever met in my life. I had interviews with things like Family First Life or American Income Life, whatever it's called, AIL. Those places just wanted to get me licensed and go into people's houses. Kind of day one, didn't really care much about helping me train or get going or something. They were just like, here's your login, just go sell something. Or I'm only going to help you if you do this. I didn't really care much for that stuff. So Symmetry has been a no-brainer as far as staying here. I'm not blindsided by high comp, flashy BS from other IMOs. I've done my research. I know they've lost a lot of carriers and stuff because they just let anyone write business and it never gets issued. So that's why they get stuff revoked. So that high compensation doesn't really matter, in all honesty, with other IMOs when the carrier contracts actually pay you more here than what you would get paid somewhere else. So just keep that in mind when you're making your comparisons with all these IMOs. Make sure you go. Culture and work environment has always been a problem in my last job, so I know I was happy to find people I enjoyed working with, virtually or in person. Like David, Jim, whoever. There's been a lot of people who have poured into me. I appreciate everything. You know, if you're in this picture right here, you're probably pretty important to me. Or in that one, those are trips from our Cabo stuff. This thing has completely changed my life. I honestly don't know what other companies care as much as Symmetry does. Like internal replacements on policies and stuff like there is not very it's frowned upon. Like there's a lot of camaraderie. You're gonna have your bad apples with any company. I'll tell that to anybody. There's things I don't like about Symmetry, just in all honesty. Like, but it's nothing big. It's things like leaderboards. Um, so if someone from Symmetry is watching this, I'll tell it to you again. I don't really care. I don't like everyone says APV is for show and issued paid is for dough. I just don't believe we just should have an APV leaderboard then. You get people who can write $90,000 of business in a month, and that's fine. Like, awesome job, but not when you're only issue paying 5 or 10,000 of it. Like, that's fluff. It's bullshit, in my honest opinion. Uh, that shouldn't be rewarded. But as far as complaints go about Symmetry, that's my only one. And it's not a big deal. It's just a personal pet peeve of mine. Because I know these people writing 50, 60,000 a month aren't issuing all of that. So if you can write 70,000 a month, if you're only issuing 20,000, you're not, something's wrong. Uh, I've got a pretty high placement ratio or issued pay, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. I like to consider myself profitable, or else I probably wouldn't be in this house right now. I probably got it repossessed when I first came here. But Symmetry, all in all, has been a complete life changer. Getting to go on life-changing trips, life-changing money, and life-changing people. You can go to something and you hear one phrase or one sentence, and it's revolutionary. Honestly, my big problem here has been keeping that like same mentality, keeping the same energy. I'm not lazy by any means, but everyone has some off days. It's just kind of powering through it, because you got to be your worst boss here. People say it's too good to be true or whatever. I was telling them it's too good to be easy. Like, things are very simple and replicatable here. Just got to be willing to put in the dials and do the work. In all honesty, like I don't care how much product knowledge you have, I'll write you under the bus. If all you're doing is studying applications while I'm out there studying phone numbers and calling them, who's going to learn more? Someone who's actually out there doing it, or someone who's wasting all their time going through applications, whatever? That's the importance of being on the calls in the morning. Learn a lot about carriers and stuff like that. It's 5% product knowledge for me. I don't care what applications say what. I care about protecting families. In all honesty, I don't have to remember stuff, because I have someone else who knows it all. That's the beauty of the system. Someone above you will always know the answer. That's when that camaraderie is nice, having people you can rely on. I'm not a one-man army. I bug the hell out of my uplines every day. I don't care what it's for. You got to be coachable here in order to hit a lot of the bonuses and grow as a leader and a business owner, whatever you want to call yourself. But Symmetry, the culture here is unmatched. You look at people from all these other IMOs that have came here and found everything they were looking for in one place. That's just unheard of. I honestly don't. The company leaves me speechless sometimes. Just in all honesty, it's hard to pick good words that describe Symmetry, because of what it has done for me and my future family. But I've seen what it does to the people, like the lives around me. Like, I've helped a girl quit her full-time job, and now she's making good money. It takes so much stress out of people's day-to-day life when you're doing something that actually matters, and you're getting paid very well to do so. A lot of benefits, being able to write things off and be your own business owner. Not saying it's all sunshines and rainbows. You got to be mentally strong to stay here. Like I didn't come here to babysit people. I'll help anybody as long as they're coachable, whatever. A lot of people have watched my YouTube videos and reached out to me. Um, you you can make a lot of money here. You can make a lot of friends, and you can make a lot of impact. I've found personally that when I quit worrying about money and just focused on doing what other people want or what's important for other people, it's like I make even more. And that sounds stupid, but the moment I switched my mindset from me to we, uh, I ended up putting like $40,000 in my bank account in my first 6 months here, something like that. Just got a free trip to Costa Rica I'm about to go on. I don't, you can't go anywhere else and do that, you know? Like you have to ask yourself a certain question when you come here, like, what do you really want out of symmetry? Like, what is it really about? Why are you here? Because at the beginning, everyone's all fired up. But then weeks later, the interview you is just gone. You forgot why you came here. Like you have no driving force behind why you do what you do. The people who are here for the wrong reasons are going to fail and burn miserably. And you're going to be one of these same people on YouTube that are making symmetry scam videos or pyramid scheme, whatever you want to say bad just because you weren't willing to put in the work required to be here. I'll tell anyone this is not easy work. Like it can be stressful. It can be hard. It can be annoying. You're going to have to put up with people you don't like. Um, you're going to butt heads, whatever. You got to make educated decisions. Learn when to go a different route because this is your business at the end of the day. You got to make the best decision for you and your family possible. Um, and you just can't be complacent here. You got to stay consistent with what you're doing and put the same amount of activity as day one as day 401. It it all comes back down to the amount of activity you're willing to put in. But you get paid what you're worth here. If you want to go work for $10 an hour, this probably isn't the place for you. You might want to go to McDonald's and flip burgers. Nothing wrong with people who do that. If that's what you love, more power to you. Go make the best burgers possible. Got nothing against that. But if you want to make it here, it's a constant grind. You got to be willing to do what other agents aren't willing to do. You got to treat these families like you're their best friend. Like there's no one out there better than them for you. Like better than them, better for them than you. However you want to say that. Uh, but all in all, we're a self-development company who just happens to help families out with life insurance. Symmetry is phenomenal. So before you buy into one of these scam videos on YouTube, just do your research. Maybe come to some meetings or the Wednesday national calls and get your own experience of the culture here. It is unmatched, unrivaled. The environment here is, all in all, it's amazing. I love the relationships I've developed here. Uh, I love seeing that I have a comma in my bank account. Just in all honesty, it's nice to be able to afford stuff, not even have to look at the price. And it's nice to help change someone else's lives, like downlines. It's nice to be able to buy plane tickets for people to get them to conference. It's nice to put lead credit in their account so they can jumpstart their business. I see the people below me as investments. I see the same eagerness that I saw in myself. And I'm still nothing here. I haven't done nothing. But I just know what it takes to make money and be successful here. And it's just activity and heart. Through and through. like I said, I take a great pride in doing things that other people don't want to do. I'm not going to complain about making a couple $100 on a Saturday or whatever. You just got to get out there and get after it. But it if you're ready to get out of your 9 to 5 or whatever, like you don't have to have sales experience or nothing like that. I didn't go to college for this. I know dropouts that do better than people here with 17 degrees. It's all about work ethic here. If you truly believe in what you're doing, it makes all the difference in the world compared to the next person you're competing against. Like I love friendly competition. I've been a pretty avid writer the whole time I've been here. Now I'm just trying to build something that's going to last forever. So I hope that helps anybody actually looking at Symmetry. It's a life-changing company. All in all, I'm so ecstatic I get to be a part of something like this. Like it's awesome to see what it's done in other people's lives, and I can't wait to see what it does to mine in the next year or two. Like you look at the people above you, you can rent their beliefs. Belief and exposure is everything here. Like you owe it to the people who poured into you to give them everything you got. Like if someone's willing to put the way they provide for their family on the line by spending time with me, I gotta give them everything, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like at a certain point, what's it really about here? So do with that as you will. I just know what Symmetry has done for me. I'm not trying to bash anybody's IMO or anything like that. I just know all in all, Symmetry is probably the best thing out there, without a doubt. Culture is unmatched, and we got some awesome carriers. It's not gonna lie, it's fun to go replace other people's policies with a non-smoker rate through one carrier and save someone $100, or you're rewriting them with this company because their rates are so cheap for healthy people. It's unreal. It's life changing what we do here, and the moment you get one of your first death claims, that'll kind of solidify that. You'll realize what you do actually matters. But stories are everything here. So take all this info, whatever, more or less just me ranting, bouncing around from story to story. All in all, Symmetry has changed my life. And I couldn't be more thankful for the owners who started this. Brandon Ellison, Casey Watkins, and Brian Pope. Phenomenal people, unmatched in heart. And they're funny as hell, just in all honesty. It's a great company. And I hate even the word like company or selling here, because that's just not what we do. We're just a family, all in all, who wants to change our lives by changing other people's for the better. We just want to leave things better than when we found them. And I think that's just a general rule of thumb to live by in life, all in all. So if you stuck through to this end, thanks for watching. I hope you got something good out of it. But main message here, you don't have to know shit about insurance to do good here. All right, no, it's mind-boggling. Just pick this thing up, hit the green button, and go help a family. That's all it is. All right, thanks, guys.